Did you know the average woman only spends 3 to 6 seconds looking at your profile before swiping? That means you only have a tiny sliver of time to make a killer first impression that'll make her swipe right. Lucky for you, there's a 6-step framework you can copy and paste to skyrocket your profile and flood your inbox with matches that look like this. It all starts with step number 1, the portrait hack. Your first photo is what she's going to remember you most by, so it's the most important. This is why I want to use what I call a portrait. Think of an old-time aristocratic portrait that only the wealthiest people would take. What jumps out at you most? There's 2 key elements that make these so enticing, and they're the same exact elements we'll want to incorporate into our first photo to hook women and make them immediately swipe right. The first element is a clear, direct shot of your face. This is key because women are imaginative. She needs to know what you look like in order for her to start building the idea of you in her mind. Switching my first photo from this to this 5x'd my matches overnight. The reason? I simply removed my sunglasses. If she can't see your face clearly, it'll create uncertainty, and uncertainty on dating profiles makes women swipe left. Here's a bonus tip to make your face and jawline more attractive. Try extending your neck and your chin slightly forward and down to get your face at the right angle and accentuate your jawline. The second element is natural posture. Body language is everything. I did an experiment where I went undercover as a girl on Tinder and studied the top 1% of male profiles in New York City, the most competitive dating market on earth.
Literally over 10,000 likes in 24 hours.
We found that the number one factor that made a woman swipe right was how comfortable and confident a man's posture and facial expression was in his photos. The easiest way to have better body language photos is to simply sit down. Start by leaning back comfortably in a chair, keep your shoulders and back relaxed to look taller and more masculine, and avoid slouching to create a clean silhouette. For arm positions, you can cross your arms, grip the sides of a chair, or casually hold something like a phone, a drink, or anything else that makes sense based on your environment. And lastly, you can experiment with making direct eye contact with the camera. This portrait is just one of 3 specific types of photos that you need on your profile if you want to rake in matches that look like this. The second is called an inbound generating photo. And just like it sounds, this photo is the secret to making girls message you first. You want photos that will entice a response from the girl and make her reach out to you. You do this by incorporating activities that make it easy for a girl to comment on. The most common example of this is a dog photo. Every girl loves dogs, so if you have a photo with one, it will entice her to say something like, "Oh my god, your dog is so cute," and boom, conversation started. Dog pictures, adventurous photos of you in popular locations in your area, photos of you doing a hobby or an activity that's appealing to girls are all great examples of this. My surfing photo is one of the most commented photos on my profile, with girls regularly saying stuff like, "Teach me how to surf," or "Oh my god, I love surfing." This is why it's important to actually be a high value guy with a life full of genuine hobbies and interests that you can share and get girls interested in. It doesn't mean you need fancy pictures on boats or tons of money, because by the way, surfing is free and chances are you already have a dog, so don't overthink this. Find what genuinely excites you and simply capture photos of you doing it so that you can make it easy for girls to start conversations with you. But the only way she'll swipe right and start that conversation is if you have the third type of photo on your profile. This will make or break the number of matches you get, and it's a full body photo. A girl needs to imagine what you'd look like in person, and getting the whole picture of you by seeing more than just your face is going to give her more confidence that she's making a good decision by swiping right. Studies show that women rarely swipe left immediately. They usually spent an average of 8.7 seconds looking at a man's profile before swiping right. If a woman is on the fence, she'll usually dig deeper into your profile to find more information. Full body shots are also your opportunity to flex a nice outfit, so make sure you're wearing well-fitting clothing and show the girl how well you present yourself. Women are status oriented, so if she sees that you're well dressed and put together, that's going to make her think, "Oh, I'd love to walk into a restaurant with this man and show him off because he'll make me look good as well." And if you want to make sure you're creating this type of reaction with every woman who comes across your profile, then you should click the first link in the description and apply to work with me inside of my private coaching program, where I'll personally connect you with a photographer in your area and I'll create your profile with you from start to finish to make sure you have the perfect photos that are getting you the type of matches you're most excited about. Good pictures are important, but if you don't have the right prompts and bios that create the right emotions in the girl, she'll never swipe right and you won't get any matches. I've analyzed thousands of top 1% dating profiles, and the best ones use this kind of prompt, the value prompt. In order to build attraction, you need to establish yourself as a high value man in the girl's mind. Now, if you followed the first 3 steps, you'll do this with your photos, but if you want to do it with your prompts, you have to do it in a way that's subtle and appeals to her interests. A perfect example of this prompt is, together we can use all my airline miles. Women love to travel. It's the most basic cliche imaginable. By using a prompt like this, you speak to the girl's interests in a funny way while also displaying high value yourself. The fact that you have tons of airline miles shows that you're well traveled and have an interesting life that you could bring a girl into. Now, don't steal this prompt if it's not applicable, but use the same elements to create one just like it. This is why it's important to actually be a man of value with a life that's worth inviting a woman into. However, you must use these value prompts with caution because most guys make the crucial mistake of trying too hard to show value, and that's all they do. The problem with this is that you end up coming off as a cringe and uncalibrated tryhard. That's why it's critical to include what I call the relatability prompt. Relationships are about connection. The easiest way to establish this early on is to have a prompt that makes you feel relatable to the girl. In order for a woman to feel attracted, there are 2 key elements. Number 1, she must see you as a man of value, and number 2, she must feel comfortable enough with you to allow herself to put her guard down and feel attraction. The relatability prompt is how you establish immediate comfort by incorporating something that you and the girl can bond over. An easy example of this is the following. My most controversial opinion is trashy reality TV shows are low-key good. Most girls have a guilty pleasure reality TV show they love to watch, and a prompt like this is an easy way to break the ice and start a conversation based on this common interest. It also incorporates elements of the next prompt, which is one of the biggest factors in building immediate attraction with your profile, the funny prompt. Studies show that humor plays a massive role in attraction for women, and it's one of the biggest selection factors in a partner. Women are emotional. When a girl imagines a first date with you, her biggest concern is that it may be awkward or boring. Including a funny prompt will make her more excited to meet and make her more attracted. It's also a great way to attract women who share the same sense of humor as you. Combine this prompt with the relatability prompt, the value prompt, and the 3 photos I mentioned earlier, and you'll print matches on demand. And if you want me to personally write the perfect prompts that will make women message you first and build you a profile that will get you 1 to 3 dates per week, click the first link in the description and apply to work with me inside my private coaching program, where I'll also hand you my copy-paste opening lines and text messages to secure the first date and even give you a game plan for building attraction on the date and sealing the deal. Parker got 18 matches in his first week working with me, and Charles from Florida got 41 likes in a single night after using the profile I personally built for him. And perhaps one of my favorite stories is from a client, Ben, who was a senior level private equity consultant who used the profile to get 4 dates in a single day and to meet his dream Italian girl who he's seeing steady now. If you want to work with me and do the same, click below to get in touch with me and my team, and I'll see you in the next video.